Greetings, beloved of my Father. I welcome you to the continuation of the subject about the fourth angel. So today we are picking it up on the first angel. We read in Great Controversy, page 386. To William Mill and his collaborators it was given to preach the warning in America. This country became the center of the Great Advent movement. It was here that the prophecy of the first angel's message had its most direct fulfillment. The writings of Miller and his associates were carried to distant lands, wherever missionaries had penetrated in all the world, were sent the glad tidings of Christ's speed return. Far and wide spread the message of the everlasting gospel. Fear God and give glory to Him, for the hour of His judgment is come. Brethren, what are we learning from this? We saw last time from 7 BC 979 that actually an angel is a symbol of a human messenger. And Great Controversy told us why God uses an angel to represent a human messenger. Simply because God requires some seriousness in us to heed the messages carried by these messengers. So in Great Controversy, brethren, we are learning that actually the first angel was found its fulfillment in the preaching of William Miller and his collaborators. It was this group of people that to the fullest extent fulfilled the message of the first angel. So what we simply see, brethren, is actually the first angel is a symbol of William Miller and his co-laborers. And this is William Miller, as we can see him here, a powerful preacher of his time. And when you read his message, I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation, tongue, and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God and give glory to Him, for the hour of His judgment is come, and worship Him, for that made the heavens and the earth, the sea, the fountains of water. This was actually the message of William Miller, an everlasting gospel, the message that was calling about people to fear God and give glory to Him, for the hour of His judgment is come, pointing to 1844, the time when judgment was supposed to start. Now, going to the second angel's message, Great Controversy 389. The second angel's message of Revelation 14 was first preached in the summer of 1844, and it then had a more direct application to the churches of the United States, where the warning of the judgment had been most widely proclaimed and most generally rejected, and where the declension in the churches had been most rapid. But the message of the second angel did not reach its complete fulfillment in 1844. The churches then experienced a moral fall in consequence of their refusal of the light of the Advent message. But that was not complete. Fellow believers, what are we seeing from here? When William Miller preached the first angel's message, together with his collaborators, some ministers in the churches stood up against such truth. It's because of the rejection of the first angel's message that the second angel's message was proclaimed. Babylon is fallen. But what is Babylon? Babylon is a symbol of the church that has rejected God, that has gone deep into sin again. Remember, the Protestant churches came out pure from the Catholic Church as Protestants, but later on we see them conforming back to the practice of of apostles. It's because of that, brethren, that the second angel's message was given in the summer of 1844. And who preached it? It was the same group of the laborers, William Mill and his collaborators. So we see William Mill and his collaborators fulfilled the first angel's message and the second angel's message. But what are we seeing? The falling of the churches in 1844, it was a partial fall. Babylon, the fall of Babylon, is yet to be complete. What this simply means, brethren, is that the complete fall of Babylon is yet in the future. But it had its primary fulfillment in 1844, after the rejection of the first angel's message. But when will it be complete? When the Protestants shall unite with the hand of the state to enforce their dogmas. And we see at that point that actually these prophecies will be fulfilled to the very matter. Now, moving on to the third angel's message. And the key factor that we see on the third angel's message is actually the Sabbath truth unfolded. In Early Writings 299, this is what it says. Those who united in sounding the first and the second angel's message, but who rejected the third angel's message with its Sabbath truth, but nonetheless continued to espouse the Advent hope, are referred to by Miss White as the nominal Adventists, or those who reject the present truth. Also, different parties of the professed Advent believers in our early literature, these were also referred to as the First Day Adventists. I want you to get some cardinal facts here. Those who united in sounding the first, the second angel's message, but who rejected the third angel's message with its Sabbath truth. The third angel's message is mainly identified, attached to the Sabbath truth. When you look at the message of the second angel, it says, if anyone worship the beast, it brings about the aspect of the mark of the beast. Now, God cannot warn people about the mark of the beast before He actually tells them about His seal. And we see the Sabbath contains the seal of God. So, a cardinal fact to note about the third angel is that he comes with the Sabbath truth. And those who rejected the Sabbath truth, though they had preached the first and the second angel's message, are referred to as the nominal Adventists. The reading continues. Only a few among the Adventists maintained their confidence in the fulfillment of prophecy in 1844. But those who did stepped forward into the third angel's message with its seventh-day Sabbath. Of the experience at that critical period, Ellen White later wrote, fellow believers, what I was saying, after the great disappointment in 1844, only a few maintained their faith in the fulfillment of prophecy. But those who did stepped forward into the third angel's message with its seventh-day Sabbath. The majority returned back, though they had preached the first and the second angel's message. But when the third angel came, only a few brethren accepted it, and those who did stepped forward with its seventh-day Sabbath. And brethren, through whom was the Sabbath truth restored? It was actually through Sister Ellen G. White. So Sister Ellen G. White stands out as the third angel's message. In summary, brethren, of the first three angels' message, we lead in Christ triumphant. The first, the second message were first given in 1843 and 1844, and we are now under the proclamation of the third. But all three of the messages are still to be proclaimed. It is just as essential now as ever before that they shall be repeated to those who are seeking for the truth. By pen and voice, we are to sound the proclamation, showing their order and the application of their prophecies. That brings us to the third angel's message. There cannot be a third without the first and second. We shall end here, brethren, in our second part. Please do well to watch the last part of this study in my next presentation.